So we just arrived in St. Louis, Missouri, and we're about to drive to Alton, Illinois, which is about a half-an-hour away across the river, and they don't know we're coming, and I cannot wait to go and surprise them.
Good morning, Alton. You're listening to 94.3 The Big Z, and today we find out if we're the winner of the Small Business Revolution Main Street Season 3. Folks are already gathering down at the Old Bakery Beer Company for the official announcement, and as you probably already know, unless you've been under a rock the last month, there's a $500,000 revitalization on the line. We've all been out there voting for the last week. I know I have. And today we finally get to find out if it was enough to push us over the top. Good luck, Alton.
Good afternoon, Alton, Illinois! Cross your fingers, we're only minutes away from hearing the winning announcement, and I couldn't be more happy. Let everybody hear you. Let's go, Alton!
Hi, I'm Amanda Brinkman from Deluxe and the Small Business Revolution. It is hard to believe we are here again after another incredible year of small town nominations, town visits, and voting. Now, without making you wait any longer, I am pleased to announce the winner of the Small Business Revolution Main Street Season 3 is...
Small towns across the country are fighting for their survival with the odds stacked against them. But what happens if we join that fight? If we dedicate a little money, a lot of experience, and thousands of hours of work into one small town, focusing on the businesses that are the heart of their Main Street. What started as an idea became a national movement with over 30,000 towns nominated for the $500,000 makeover and more than 1 million votes cast for the winner.
Good evening, Alton, Illinois! How is everybody tonight?
Now, in our third season, the team is taking on its biggest challenge ever. The town is 3 times bigger than any we've helped before, and the hurdles Alton faces will put to the test the very idea of Main Street America. So, Amanda Brinkman and her team of marketing experts at Deluxe are going to work for the people of Alton, Illinois. And they're not alone. New Season 3 co-host Ty Pennington will be working with the team to rehabilitate the town's buildings, while a whole cast of experts helps rehabilitate its businesses. Every episode, we'll be working with a new small business to see if we can change the odds, if together we can start a revolution.
It's the morning show here on the Big Z, WBGZ Alton. I hope you're bundled up this morning. It's a cold one, but if you are downtown today, throw on the heavy coat and get outside anyway, because you might just run into Amanda Brinkman and her Season 3 co-host, Ty Pennington.
Well, we are certainly making an entrance in this beautifully large white boat.
That's the only way to enter a town. New season, new co-host. And this couldn't be a better fit. Any show that's out there trying to change lives owes a big debt to Ty for helping pave the way. And his background in construction will be a perfect complement to Deluxe's financial and marketing expertise.
I've been a part of projects. We built a house in less than 7 days. But this is a huge challenge. We're taking on literally an entire community. Okay, so we're looking at the town of Alton right now.
Yep.
And it's literally across the river from St. Louis.
18 miles.
On a clear day, you can see the arch, right?
Yes.
We've met a lot of people that say they're 3rd or 4th generation Altonians.
I'm 4th.
You're 4th?
4th generation.
And is that the term, Altonians?
It means the world. The fact that you're not only recognizing the 6 businesses, but you're recognizing our city.
I think we're a best kept secret. And when tourism does come here, they love it and they continue to come back.
It's very diverse. There's something like a little bit magical about it. We love Alton.
The river.
It's beautiful.
You stop
the bluffs.
Once in a great while, I'll just look out and almost run into somebody, but look out and wow, you know, not a lot of people have that. It's just a cool place.
Alton's on the up and up. There's something about this town that I just can't leave yet. There's just something here that's gonna happen, and lo and behold, a couple of months later, you know, Small Business Revolution comes and, you know, changes the game for us.
So your fourth generation, was the town thriving back when your grandfather and grandfather?
Yes, it was.
So now it's not quite thriving as much as it was?
Not the same.
What do you think the cause of most of that was?
Like the steel industry folded and box board, they went overseas.
There's been many boom times in Alton if you go all the way back. When this was a huge lumber area, then we came into the Industrial Revolution. When manufacturing went down or left the country, we were particularly hard hit. We were about 46,000 people, and today we're approximately 28,000. So Alton struggled for many, many, many years to make that transition from industrial manufacturing base to something else. And we're starting to see that, particularly in the last 4 or 5 years, we found our way again.
The end goal of this first trip to Alton is to choose the 6 small businesses that we'll be working closely with over the next few months. But to make an informed decision, we really need to have a solid understanding of the town. So we're meeting civic leaders Jason, Sarah, and Brett on the docks for our first official tour of Alton.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Great. Hey, Ty, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Down.
So glad to be here. Hi. So show us the town.
This is State Street right here, and that's 3rd.
Okay.
We really should be packed on the sidewalks like it was back in the day because we have such a great, antique district. We have awesome restaurants.
We have the River Road. We have beautiful scenery. We have history on top of history. It's a haunted community, so they say.
Yeah, been on TV for that.
Miles Davis was definitely born here, and we own that.
This looks historic.
Oh, this is great. Lincoln Laws.
This is actually, Lincoln and Douglas had their famous debates here. This
right here? This
debates.
is the building?
Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas were running for state senate, and they both arrived by steamboat here to argue the slavery issue. Civil War history is huge here in Alton, and people don't expect that. The first anti-slavery society was formed here in Alton. We are actually right on the line of free state versus slave state.
Missouri is straight west, and they had slave pens over there, auctions.
So the battle lines were here as well. This place really boiled up with a lot of tension during the time of the Civil War.
What a great building.
And behind it is an Underground Railroad stop.
They were organized routes. In the city proper here, there were 5. To escape, they'd have to come across the river. But you have to be daring enough to do that.
Just to see a light shine from that top cupola, that was a signal to come over here. And they had a place actually that goes out under the streets where they could stay safe.
And the tunnels are still down there intact.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
History defines this region and will be a big part of how we sell this town to the world. But we also need to get a feel for what Alton is like today. So give us a sense for the layout of the downtown area, because it feels like there's a couple of downtowns throughout Alton, right?
Alton's really made up of a number of different towns that began separately in the early 1800s and then all joined together. So Alton became Upper Alton, and there was a North Alton.
Alton was a city that didn't grow through urban planning. It grew through annexation. So Alton is a combination of 6 different communities that over 200 years we've all kind of grown together under one flag of Alton. So when you say Upper Alton used to be its own city. So they have their own business district.
This is the entertainment district, so to speak.
This is.
About 15 bars and restaurants within walking distance of each other.
Bars do turn into a lot of entertainment, don't they?
They really do. Yes. And can be qualified as a district.
Yes.
You have that many. It's really been over the last few years that so much has started to pop up, and new businesses are coming to town and relocating down to downtown because they start to feel this is where the energy is and this is where the action is.
All right, so now we're on Broadway. This is more kind of the historic downtown. And Broadway is a little bit more like the services and arts district.
Yes.
Right? What are some of the concerns in this area of town?
I would say one of our big things that we want to keep front of mind is that it's really awesome to get new businesses coming in. That's important for growth, but we want to make sure to retain the businesses that are already here.
Is this the problem that you see this everywhere, is like empty spaces for rent?
Yes, definitely the vacancy rate. That is one of our main goals.
Alton's population back during the Industrial Revolution heydays was twice what it is now. So many of our businesses are maybe 1 or 2 bad weekends away from shutting their doors, and we've got to figure out a way to keep that business retention and grow it stronger and keep these businesses here.
This used to be more of a square, right?
Right, this area had like more than just this block. It went around the whole block. We had the old Cameo Theater that was here, like a one-room theater. And now this is kind of the most preserved spot on the entire block.
I would say Upper Alton is definitely another one of those districts that is on its way, and the business owners up there are willing to invest to turn it around.
When we moved up here, it was just the barber shop and this loan place next door. Now you see all the buildings are up here are filled.
Hey there. How you doing? I'm good. How are you? Hi. Everybody we've talked to says this is the place to get fish and snoot, which is something I've never had.
If you like pork rinds, you like the snoot.
Okay, well, I'm from the South, so I know pork rinds, yeah. So cracklings, basically, yeah.
Yeah, you know the cracklings?
Yeah.
We're so proud to have Lovett's, but this, what I would say now, is one of the more flourishing Black businesses that people know about.
Has it grown over the years?
Yes, I mean, as far as this individual place, but not
the entire community.
No, not Black businesses.
Gotcha. Do you feel like this area gets as much attention as other parts of town, or not?
Not at all, because we're not in the entertainment district. We're not on the main Broadway strip there. You know, we're in the lower income part. These were predominantly Black areas.
So I think that's something we want to make sure we're addressing throughout this entire process. And you guys know the town better than us, but we want to make sure we have all the voices at the table because we want everything we do here to be representative of the entire community.
Alton isn't just downtown. It's a relatively big place.
I don't think we take full advantage of the community as a whole, and I don't think we take full advantage of the diversity that we have here in this community.
We tend to self-segregate. That's a natural phenomenon in the world. And I think the thing I like about Alton is in the divided age, we could show the nation there are towns where it works.
With Alton winning, this gives us an opportunity to say, hey, we're part of Alton too.
In our first 2 seasons, we established that all of the businesses we feature must fall within a 1.5-mile radius from the center of town. But that's not going to cut it in Alton. We'd be leaving too many people out. Main Street is more than a place. It's an idea. And if we're going to stay true to that idea, we're going to have to grow the pie.
I believe as we showcase more businesses here and as we go from area to area, I believe that it's going to really just open some people's eyes and say, wow, I can actually go there, you know.
The only downside of growing the pie was that over 200 small business applications suddenly poured in from every corner of Alton. It was incredibly difficult, but we managed to narrow that down to 12 finalists. And we've asked each of those business owners to come in and pitch us on why they should be featured in season 3. Good morning! Well, first of all, I just want to congratulate you. For you guys to make it through to the final 12 is a really big deal, and so I want you just to take a moment and just feel that sense of pride. So if you are not selected, it doesn't have any reflection on your potential as a business owner or potential as a business. Maybe it'll be that you're already doing too great of a job with your marketing or your branding. So everyone's like, nope, that's not going to be the problem. All right, so just be honest with us, we'll be honest with you, and good luck. Okay? The way it shook out, we ended up with finalists from all over Alton. We got the most submissions from Broadway. It's a long street and Alton's largest business district. So half of our finalists hail from there.
Shalon White at Shalon Salon have been open since 2015. One of the things that I want to do this year is help women that's going back to work do their hair and makeup to get them prepared for a job interview. I'm unique because I give back.
Alexandra Matea.
Lou Matea.
Luciana's Pastries. We're a European-style bakery.
It's kind of comfort food with panache is the way I like to describe it. Been married 20 years, and she's been saying, we need to do our own thing, we need to do our own thing. And it was time to step out in faith and do her own thing.
Chad Nelson.
Felicia Breen, and we've had Mississippi Mud Pottery since 2006. Being in business for 12 years surprises even us. We went to art school. We did not get the business background. We got married and bought the business in the same month, and we've made it this far, but we've never had stability.
Jay Stanley.
Alexander St. Sin of Lighthouse Sound.
I wanted to start a business, and then when my dad passed away, I wanted to do something for my future. We're in this together. I don't care who gets the recognition. I just want the studio to be a success.
Abby Antis, Wish and Wear Dress Rentals. People are growing bigger at a younger age, and I don't want those girls to feel stigmatized because there's nothing available for them. So this was me on my prom, and it sits in my shop. It's just a reminder of the way that I felt when I got to wear that dress. You know, I want every girl to be able to feel that way. And, oh, it's making me get emotional, but I just want everybody to feel beautiful for a day.
We're the McMurrays.
And we've owned Bluff City Outdoors since 2003.
So it's a fishing store, and she was a customer there. Charming smile is what caught my attention.
I can see why.
We've been married 10 years now, so.
Now that is customer service.
Yeah,
We've got 3 businesses representing 3rd Street, home to many of the town's bars and restaurants.
Mary Van Kirk, Katie Van Kirk,
Lisa Morrison
from
Morrison's Irish Pub.
We sat down and we thought, what is it we would really want to do? And it was work as a family, and our love was this part of our culture. We went to Ireland, and we thought, God, if we could just bring a little piece of that back to the States with us, wouldn't that be cool? And that began our adventure.
Janet Kiefer.
Vicki Delaney.
Of Riverbend Yoga.
Is the dream that this would be a full-time, opportunity for you both to work in?
It is a dream.
It is a dream. I had always thought that maybe when I retired, we could have this built up. But I will do it whether I own a studio or not, because it's that big of a part of my life, and I'm sure Janet feels the same way.
Dr. David Bemis.
And I'm Christine Bemis.
Alton Chiropractic Neurology, open since 1998. I'm a 4th-generation chiropractor. I've been in chiropractic for 30 years, and I've owned my own business for 20 years.
Who's been to a chiropractor? You've been. Okay, good. So you may be our guinea pig then.
Yes. Upper Alton has seen some hard times, but the community is on the rise, and we found 2 great finalists there.
Alicia Jeffries, Shampooches Grooming, opened in 2015. I like to build trust with all of my clients, but I don't mean you. I mean your dog. I want all of my dogs to trust me because I'm doing personal stuff with them. I'm shaving places that you don't usually touch on dogs, and if they don't trust you, it's not gonna work very well.
Brad Shavor's.
Mary Lovett Snoop Fish, Chicken and More, established 2014. A lot of the items that are considered soul food, that's the food that the slaves had.
And the thing is, people that make soul food, they make it with love. If you don't have any love in your food, it's not soul food, it's just food.
And last but not least, Central. It's mostly a residential area, but there are a handful of fantastic small businesses tucked into the neighborhood. And one of them in particular caught our eye.
Benjamin Golly, Today's Beauty Supply, open since 2000. It is a black hair care product business, big box stores. A lot of times they don't carry a large selection of African-American products. And I service a community that has a higher level of poverty. And one thing I know about that is that even if you're in poverty, you don't want to feel like it and you don't want to look like it.
All 12 of these businesses have stories worth telling, but we have to cut the field by half. One of the biggest factors we'll weigh is how badly does this business need our help? So we need to get a better understanding of the challenges each of them faces.
Every year was going up and up and up. Until 2009, we went from our best year ever to our worst year ever, back to back.
In the last 2 years, I had another business that opened up that's a direct competition.
Pricing is really a scary thing for us because this is our only job, our only income. We don't want to price ourselves out.
We'd like to pay her. From what she used to make to what she makes now, she doesn't even make a quarter. One year she made $9,000.
I talked to someone yesterday who said, oh, my husband said, no, don't go to a chiropractor. And that's kind of what we face.
My bookkeeping is horrible. My budgeting, I try to do a budget every week, and it goes out the window because I end up buying more products.
So you're answering the phone, taking the takeout, cooking the food,
Yes.
serving people who come in to dine in.
Yes.
You're literally doing every aspect of running the business.
Yes, and you forgot delivering too.
What?
Yeah.
On our weekends, we couldn't ask for more business. We couldn't handle more business. Through the week, it's slow.
Weekdays especially.
Our thing is yoga, and technology is not really way up there. I know how to use Facebook, and that's about it.
So how much of the unique aspect of your business is you guys?
I'd say a large portion. We're the youngest studio owners that I know of in anywhere.
So guys, at the end of this, we're going to choose 6 businesses that we're really going to invest the time and the money into. So the simple question is, why you?
When I get tired, I just think about my grandfather's dream. He told us how he picked cotton as a kid for 18 hours a day. What is 14 to me? You know, I can push through this, you know.
Being a small business owner with a second job for income is challenging, but something inside me won't let me give up that dream, even when it gets hard.
I'd like to see it get a little bit bigger from a family perspective for when we turn it over to our kids.
We are a community place. It means a lot to more than just us. But the other thing I could tell you is that
2 months prior to you guys actually showing up into Alton, we had a meeting, just us three, and we were basically deciding that we were going to shut doors and we couldn't make it another summer. So then you guys came in and we went, you know what? Okay, this might be fuel for the fire. We might be able to figure something out.
we just don't know that we can rescue the way we have in the past.
I'm in a part of the community that don't get a whole lot of positive attention, but there's some great people that's in that part of the city. And maybe with some positive light, other people in this city can see that and not be afraid of it.
My little girls, they have seen me like this. They have seen me think about quitting. And they've told me to work harder and push through. And I have. And I feel like that being recognized is more than any upgrade that I could ask you guys to do.
I hate to ask this, but is there a plan B?
No. So this has to work. This has to work. Yeah.
So while the Deluxe team is busy with a hard job of picking the 6 finalists, I get to go to the local radio station and chat with everybody to let them know that we're in town and this is going to be awesome.
Here visiting this afternoon with Ty Pennington and talking about the small business revolution.
Main Street and learning about this whole process, Ty, and getting you involved with the show. What attracted you to work with Small Business Revolution?
Nobody wants Main Street to ever be forgotten, and I think what's great about this show is it shines light on how important it is to get off the main highways and get back on the small streets and the small towns and realize just how cool America not only was, but can be again.
And in that spirit, we hope to see all of you tomorrow night for the official Small Business Revolution kickoff, where we find out which businesses will be chosen to represent the town in Season 3.
I don't know how we're going to only pick 6 out of these 12. These are amazing businesses.
You know, we'd love to help all 12, but there were clearly some that could draw tourists to the community, that give back to the locals. So I think that might be a deciding factor.
I absolutely love Benjamin and Today's Beauty Supply.
He just had that competitor move in, and so I think we can help strengthen his business.
Should we talk about Bluff City Outdoors?
We could help him sort of rebrand this area as a place to trophy fish. And he talked about it. It's like, you don't have to go to the coast.
Right. All right. Shampooches. What do we think? Everyone loves dogs.
Everyone loves dogs. And this could be one of those businesses where we could really help her take it to the next level.
Pricing for me was a problem. Her business will grow just by getting the pricing right.
Okay, the Mississippi Mud Pottery.
Yeah. They have an inventory issue. I think they could sell a lot more if they had the space. They could do a lot more if they had somebody else other than just the 2 of them.
They're hand creating each of these items, and I don't think that we can solve that for them from a production aspect. That's sort of something they need to address themselves, I feel.
So since we're kind of in a retail vibe, should we talk about Wish and Wear?
Sure.
I just don't know how much more we can help her. Maybe it's just helping her with her social media strategy.
We need to find a good mix of businesses. Service, retail, restaurants. A town needs it all in order to thrive. We're also looking at how badly the businesses need help. Can we really move the needle? There's no right answer here. They're all deserving.
Morrison's Irish Pub. I just saw their story, how close they are to closing their doors.
2 challenges there. Firstly, the size of their establishment, but also the ebbs and flows just during a week. You know, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is very busy, but Monday through Wednesday is kind of dead quiet.
Lighthouse Sounds. I just think it'd be really great to have one of the businesses represent that younger millennial generation that is really interested in starting their own business.
Luciana's Pastries. From what we've heard, if it's that good and people are coming from that far away, she could do, as you say, more commercial and ship things out further. Maybe that's part of the advice we give them.
Yeah. There were 2 in here for me that were kind of in a really good spot, Jalon Salon and Alton Chiropractic.
Yeah, I agree.
She is magnetic. Like, I want her to want to be my friend.
So Riverbend Yoga, to see younger generation and older generation working together to grow a business for the health of the community, I thought that was terrific.
I worry that there's not going to be ever enough clientele to make it full-time.
So love it.
It's almost daunting, you know, in terms of not only the marketing, but the physical changes that would need to happen.
But everyone on the street said, you got to go to Love It. And a lot of people talked about how important this restaurant is to Upper Alton. And I don't know, this is gonna be so hard to pick.
Let's do all 12.
Let's just do all 12. Yeah, let's make it a 14-episode season. It's raining, it's cold, and there are still more than 1,000 people out here from every corner of Alton. They've all come to root for their neighbors. We do this because we love small businesses, but it sure is gratifying to know that everyone else does too.
This is the beginning of the revolution and the evolution of Alton. So without any further ado, can I get a big, loud, raucous applause for Ty Pennington and Amanda Brinkman? Like to know who the 6 businesses are?
I feel like they're saying yes. No, you want me to say other things first? No, I don't.
You should probably know.
All right, the first business I'm going to announce is a great business called
Morrison's Irish Pub is a beloved gathering spot in downtown Alton.
I'm overwhelmed by how much of a community is inside this little pub.
But their busy nights aren't enough to keep them in the black.
We've got to turn the corner. If things continue as they are, there's no way that we'd be able to make it through another summer.
And time is running out.
Things don't change, the doors are going to close, and we can't let that happen.
Can the small business revolution rescue this pub before it's too late?
More people just need to know about that.
Yeah. I'm on it.
On the next episode of Small Business Revolution Main Street.